Going down. Going up.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to the SuperLarz vlog, episode 27. This morning, we are headed over to the Anahiem Convention Center for the D23 Fan Expo. That is the Disney fan convention. I was up until about 4 a.m. last night editing yesterday's video. Had to cut out a lot of things. So running a little bit late. Going to put some pep in our step. And I'm inviting you to come along for the ride. So buckle up, strap in, and let's go. The walk from the Disneyland Hotel to the Anahiem Convention Center isn't particularly close. It's not super far either, but it's not like it's right across the street. So the walk is briefly going to take us through the Pixar Place Hotel. The work they did on renovating this hotel was nothing short of miraculous. It is so much nicer than the Paradise Pier Hotel that was here before it. So hopefully some of the other announcements coming out of D23 this weekend are going to be as big, if not bigger, and done better than the hotel renovation here at the now called Pixar Pals Hotel. The part of the sidewalk that I'm walking through right now used to be a huge hidden Mickey that you could only really see from a satellite view. However, across the street over here, they have ripped out the sidewalk, so it is only half of a Mickey head, as that is where they are rumored, or maybe even confirmed, to be building the new Coco attraction. I can hear all kinds of construction noises over there. It is certainly a beehive of activity behind that wall. We are quickly approaching the Anahiem Convention Center. Right next to that is the Anaheim Arena. I think they still do some panels in there. That's where they used to do the large panels before they moved on to the Honda Center.
Well, let the money change me. Should I get this? Oh, thank you. I'm upgrading. Me in the big leagues now.
Getting here about 90 minutes after opening, and there are already people leaving with their huge bags of merchandise. Well, friends, we made it. Let's head inside. The walk isn't that long. Like I said, it's not super close, but not far. But it is muggy out, so it's kind of a sweaty walk already. It feels good to be inside the air conditioned. Let's hit that show floor and see what we're dealing with. The floor in here is carpeted, and that makes a huge difference compared to the San Diego Convention Center at Comic-Con, where the floor is not carpeted. We'll see how my feet feel after 3 days of this, but already off to a good start. It looks like all of the lines for just about everything are fairly long, but there's a lot more room to maneuver around on the show floor, at least where we're at right now. We'll see if that continues as the weekend goes on. The quantity of cosplay is not quite as high as Comic-Con, but the quality is top-notch. If you ever wanted to buy the Eye of Agamotto, it is one of one, along with the Tesseract. And then the Power Orb. So you can buy these items. They have precious gems in them and are one of one. It is like a de-bronzed version of the partner statue. Not to be outdone by Comic-Con, they have a variety of statues here. They'll mostly be focused on Disney, Marvel, and other franchises owned by the mouse. You can buy the Pixar lamp. Unfortunately, it is not an actual light. just saw Jafar and Maleficent co-conspiring here inside the D23 marketplace. Gotta keep your eyes open. Oh, this Muppet Show jacket is nice. Unfortunately, it also looks really warm. And I already have enough jackets, so gonna have to pass, but I really like it. If you are in the market for some high-end Disney artwork, Scooter Burroughs has an original here for $23,000. There is a ton of artwork lining all of the walls here in the back of this particular store. This one here, a cool $75,000. I am not even the biggest Tinkerbell fan, but $75,000, that's it for that painting? It's a bargain. We are building bags here at the volunteers booth for Make-A-Wish. And we get a squishy as the final item. We have finished building the bag. We'll zip it up and turn it in. Going to head into the Imagineering Pavilion to see what is coming soon at the theme parks.
Yeah, not good, not good.
Yeah, but they said what the camera since it's over there.
Yeah, calm down. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, not good.
The pavilion is themed similar to how the 64 World's Fair was themed in the movie Tomorrowland, which obviously was based on the actual 64 World's Fair in New York. We saw some cool animatronics over in the Star Wars section, so let's explore some of the other areas of this pavilion. They have a bunch of pictures on the wall here, and they are looking for people to leave their favorite memories at Disneyland to incorporate into the Coco ride. So go ahead and leave what your favorite family memories are at Disneyland down in the comments below, and I will write it on one of the cards for you. Despite some of the rumors out there right now, it looks like the Avatar destination is still a full go at California Adventure, and fortunately we can see that the monorail is still part of those plans. It looks like it'll be a boat ride, kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean. The rumor is it will be like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride that they currently operate in Shanghai. There isn't much new information here on the Lion King attraction that they're building in Paris. I think the initial thoughts were that it was going to be similar to Splash Mountain, and the fact that there is a big log here doesn't dissuade from that rumor. This is the one we've been talking about, Corey and I. We were in Tokyo when Old Space Mountain closed, and now they have this huge model of the new Space Mountain. There's a big empty space on the floor right in front of the information regarding the new UAE Disney park, so I wonder if they will announce something on Saturday night and then put the model right in that empty space. The most crowded section of this pavilion seems to be the Carousel of Progress section, where they had already announced that they are updating the original Carousel of Progress again, but the one that is currently located in Florida. So I'm excited to see the upgrades. Carousel is always an excellent air-conditioned half hour to spend while you are at the Magic Kingdom. And over here, it looks like they have the entire full-scale model of Piston Peak. So let's go take a peek at that. So Piston Peak looks pretty extensive. As we pan down, you'll be able to see back there is the current, what's left of Frontierland at the Magic Kingdom. And then everything else here is the new Cars area of the Magic Kingdom. All the way in the back corner, you can see Rapunzel's Tower and the Haunted Mansion. And then as we pan further left, you can see Big Thunder Mountain. So everything else is where Tom Sawyer's Island and the Rivers of America used to be. There's minimal modeling for Villain's Land, the new Indiana Jones ride at Animal Kingdom, or the Encanto ride. So maybe they'll add some things in here after the presentation tomorrow. But as of now, there's not much to see, just a few props. Here are the actual Statler and Waldorf props from Muppet Treasure Island. Heading into the room of magical relics. This area contains objects with magical properties. It's the manhole cover from Enchanted. Kind of a forgotten TV show, Once Upon a Time. You can see the Rumpelstiltskin knife there in the background. This is the Ark of the Covenant that was used in the Great movie ride at Hollywood Studios. It's the magic carpet and Jafar's staff from the live-action Aladdin movie. Finally, the spinning wheel from the movie Maleficent. In other parts of the archives here, you can see Kermit the Frog as he was used in the actual Muppet Show back in the late 70s and early 80s, and his banjo from the Muppet movie in 1979. Rizzo's Mickey costume from Muppet Vision, as well as the other props. Gone too soon. At D23 2 years ago, Miley Cyrus was inducted to be a Disney legend. I wonder if she got the best of both worlds. See all of Hannah's outfits from the show and movie. I know you guys were stressed, but we would not do a convention video without making sure that we get on an escalator. Similar to Comic-Con, on the second floor of the convention center are a lot of the breakout rooms here. There are only a few different large rooms where they do some panels, so the panels are very scheduled here. You typically need to get a reservation to guarantee entry. If there is some space, they will let some standby people in, but generally you need to get a reservation, and it's through a lottery system.
In 1959 when I was a little kid, and my favorite time that I went to Disneyland was in the 1990s. My friends and I decided that we were going to talk like Mickey Mouse for the entire day. And we started in the parking lot, and we did a bit where we would do, this is the first part of the bit. I hope this tram ride doesn't become a slam ride. And then throughout the day, I hope the Matterhorn doesn't become a spider horn. And I'll tell you just one of this. So this actually is a story with a message, with a lesson. Don't talk like Mickey Mouse for an entire day at Disneyland. You will have no voice at the end of the day. I get you.
Next up, we're going to check out the Avatar Experience Activation. The atmosphere, like the flora and the fauna in this little activation that they built here is better than what they have at the theme park in Florida. It looks like they have a 3D movie for us to watch here in the Avatar Pavilion. I actually liked that little movie better than Avatar 3. They have a bunch of the costumes from the movies here. Now if they animated this thing, that would be pretty awesome. Hopefully the Disneyland Avatar has something like this that moves and interacts. Someone has built the entirety of the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction, including a working water system and a blue bayou out of Legos. If you were ever wondering what the actual physical layout of the ride is, here you go. Right here in Lego form. Here comes the boat. This is one of the coolest Lego things I've ever seen.
And Disney Imagineer Tanya
You can see most of the people behind me lined up for the Honda Center now. We just got done with our day at the Anahiem Convention Center. I'm going to drive myself over to the Honda Center along with some of my friends, so that way we don't have to immediately leave afterwards. Tonight at the Honda Center is the Disney movie presentation where they'll show upcoming movies and things like that. We are not allowed to have cameras in there, so I'm going to leave you guys off before. If anything newsworthy or big happens there, we'll discuss it tomorrow. That's going to do it for day one of D23, the Ultimate Fan Expo. I appreciate everyone who stopped by. Please make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We'll be back for day 2 tomorrow. And as you guys all know, this vlog never ends. But we're off until the next episode.